going on, everybody? Welcome back to JellyGoonTv. Welcome back to all my beautiful viewers and subscribers, of course. Welcome back to the gorgeous JellyGoon squad and to the new viewers. Welcome to the family. Thank you so much for clicking on this link. Today we have a very political video, apparently. And just so you know, warning is, I do that I'm not taking sides or anything like that. I don't even like Vice News. I think they clip clips together to get their political agenda across, and I really don't like it. All I really wanted to see in this video was how is it in Russia, what the Russian people think and everything like that, and see, of course, judge for myself what the opinion is and everything like that. But I am expecting a really good clip about, you know, they clip it together to look Putin is bad and Russia is in a bad state and everything like that, like American propaganda. And yeah, I'm interested to see it, of course. Please check my social medias down below if you want, of course. Go over there and contact me. But today we're gonna react to Life Inside Putin's Crimea. So I know I have a lot of people in the comments who are gonna hate this video, and I'm so sorry for that. But please grow some balls and listen to other people's opinion, of course. But Vice News is really not my favorite thing of news. But we're just watching for educational purpose, of course. I don't care, it's not my country. So but anyway, let's get into this video and see what they have to say, of course. Let's go. Putin's Crimea. Welcome to Russia. Yay. We got beautiful statues in Russia. I am Russian, and it means that I have rebellious soul. Yes.
Я русская, а это значит другой быть просто не могу.
Okay.
С праздником, Севастополь! Люблю тебя! Спасибо!
Spasiba.
This is Crimea in early 2017, nearly 3 years after the Russian takeover.
It is the day of the founders of the fatherland. In other words, a very patriotic celebration, particularly for the people of Sevastopol who use this day to celebrate their pride in Russia.
Люди не понимают, что действительно происходит. Люди думают, что мы здесь в оккупации. Как мы можем находиться в оккупации, если мы сделали свой выбор за возвращение домой, в Россию?
Нам силу дает наша верность отчизне. И наши мысли, и наше будущее должны...
Let me pause it. This lady has something, man. Every Russian that I meet are really proud of their country. Of course, there are some people who's not proud of their country, but the Russian spirit is very strong. Like, people in Russia, they are strong-minded people. Like, if they want something, they're gonna get it. And, you know, you check through history, Russia is just this beautiful country with a lot of spirit in it, like a freaking bear, you know? Like, it's crazy. But let's get into it.
In a controversial referendum, over 95% of Crimeans voted to join Russia in 2014. Though the annexation and the referendum are not recognized internationally, many of the Crimeans we met were eager to obtain their Russian citizenship.
Что ты россиянин, еще подтверждают наши паспорта, что мы действительно стали россиянами настоящими.
A lot of Crimeans are hoping for a return to the peninsula's glory days, when it was known as a popular tourist destination for Soviet...
I just want to say something about Ukraine. I think it's because it wasn't announced that the vote was valid. It's because America really wanted to use Ukraine as a war against, or NATO against Russia, because if they give up, they seem weak for some weird reason. I don't know, man. I'm really not gonna get into this, and you can have your opinion, of course. I have mine, but I'm not gonna tell you. So yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick. I really do think it's a power play between both parts, that they are trying to show that Russia is the boss, or America is the boss, or NATO is the boss, right? So yeah, yeah, let's go.
Vacationing along the Black Sea coast.
But the Black Sea is up.
We're in the southern town of Alushta, which has seen a massive amount of
development
over the last 3 years. That's largely thanks to Mr. Alexander Lebedev.
Lebedev is a Russian billionaire with a combative reputation.
Oh my!
He spotted an opportunity for an energetic tycoon like himself.
You're building a church, you're building a theatre, you're
what happened to this guy? What? Why?
Yeah.
You own pretty much all of this then?
Yeah. This is an investment of about 200 million euro dollar. It's whatever.
That's whatever.
I never picked up a penny of profit. I love the place, and I treat it as a mission. I picked up a few missions.
You need to hire? I'm here.
It's always better to put some butter.
Some butter? I'm sorry, I'm such an amateur.
Why
is it that Russia is so focused on developing Crimea?
Well, I have no doubt that Putin is very much interested to show results in Crimea. That's beyond any doubt.
But he has something to prove here.
Well, the whole Russian nation has something to prove here.
And what is that they need to prove?
That they'll be running the place much better than it was run by Ukraine. Ukraine neglects completely Crimea. And so what the Russians are doing, they're investing 10 times or 20 times more money into infrastructure, even putting back all of the tourists within such a short period of time.
The projected boom in tourism that Russia's support would bring excited a lot of local business
Of course.
owners. People like Oleg Zubkov,
Oh, wow,
who runs a safari
Bro, what are you doing? It's a goddamn killer.
Есть
Ain't no
референдум
cat.
«Весна», те знаменитые тигры, которые родились в ночь, когда крымчане голосовали. Это была дань тем патриотическим чувствам, с которыми мы встретили переход Крыма в состав России.
Oh my God, let me out.
Изабелла, мы должны быть together, вместе.
Are you sure?
Yes, закрой
Oh
дверь.
my God. I hear that you want
He's a
these
professional,
groups to
nothing's gonna
play a
happen.
role in Crimea's return to Russia.
Да, это правда. Если бы эти львы вышли на внешние границы, то они воевали бы с украинскими националистами, которые, хотели нас, русских, побить, там, изничтожить. Иди ко мне, мой хороший. Ай, мой хороший. То ведь вы боитесь немножко львов? Также и бандеровцы, по моему убеждению, должны были испугаться
Wow, this guy's
львов.
got balls, man.
But Zubkov's initial enthusiasm for a Russian Crimea soon turned to disillusionment.
He's mad. He's like, why you fucking with me, Dad?
How much is your business down by?
Сегодня осталось от того объема, который был в украинском Крыму, 1/3, и она продолжает уменьшаться.
Really? Wow.
Why do you think that is that tourist numbers are down?
Во-первых, мы полностью лишились украинского потока. Сегодня всего этого нет. Крым находится в изоляции и находится под достаточно жесткими санкциями.
More worrying than the dip in tourists, though, is the fact that Crimea is running dry.
Really?
In large part because in 2014, Ukraine dammed the North Crimean Canal, which previously provided 85% of the peninsula's fresh
Why would you do that?
Это
That is
было
the dumbest shit I ever heard in my
водохранилище.
life.
Сегодня воды от прошлого водохранилища осталась
Why the
маленькая
fuck would you
лужа.
do that?
И этой воды нам не хватит и на 1 месяц.
Why would you
Я
do
думаю,
that?
что будут страдать очень многие и жители городов, если проблему правительство не решит за счет других
You
водохранилищ.
can't do that, man. Shit. That's hardcore right
But the
there.
Kremlin says it has a solution to the water problem, the tourist problem, and just about every other problem in the peninsula. The Kerch Bridge. We visited while construction was still ongoing.
We're standing on the biggest bridge in Russian history. It's going to be 12 miles long. It stretches all the way from Russian mainland, which is just over there, to Crimea.
President Putin triumphantly opened the mega project earlier this year.
Putin is driving.
Это замечательный результат, который делает Крым и легендарный Севастополь еще сильнее, а всех нас еще ближе друг к другу.
Now that Russia has further cemented its grip on Crimea, both physically and symbolically, we traveled to Ukraine's capital, Kiev, to meet the people still pushing for reunification.
Oh, the country is actually big. I didn't think it was that big. Wow, that's a big demonstration, man. So what are they
It's the Day
demonstrating?
of the Defenders, and there's a lot of people out here to celebrate.
Sweetheart, that's not gonna do anything. Above all. Really? Whoa!
This is a very nationalistic crowd.
Why are you
There's
burying
a lot
Nazis
of
behind your
far-right
back, man? What the
militias
fuck?
Who are coming here to make their voices heard. What are you guys doing here today?
Дуже велика дата для усіх українських націоналістів. Люди прокидаються, вони повертаються до свого коріння українського. Цього року набагато більше юнаків.
Do you think that Ukraine can take Crimea back?
Неодмінно станеться. Неодмінно.
The hangover of Crimea only emboldens these far-right militia groups, many of whom are actively fighting Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine, where a bloody conflict has claimed over 10,000 lives since 2014. But other Ukrainians have focused on curbing the Kremlin's soft power. Ukraine is currently home to over 1/3 of Russian Orthodox churches,
Wow.
which are often criticized for being vessels for Putin's propaganda. But in a historic decision, Orthodox leadership finally agreed to grant the Ukrainian church independence from Moscow.
What does this mean to Ukrainian people?
I believe that this moment shows our cultural identity. It helps to unite all Ukrainians in one nation.
How did the situation with the annexation of Crimea impact what's happening now?
Ukrainian people, they are usually quite patient, but step by step Russia showing her aggression, and we have to fight back.
We've arrived here in Kiev at a very opportune moment because the president is about to make his first speech to Ukrainian people.
Oh, this is the president, okay.
Of independence of the Ukrainian church from the Russian Orthodox Church.
Слово має президент України Петро Порошенко.
Це велика перемога боголюбивого українського народу над московськими демонами. Ми за місяці ще більше переконалися, що помісна церква є одним із ключових елементів, запорукою незалежності нашої держави.
Let me pause here. So they getting a church that is independent from the Russians. Okay? Now I'm not going to speak too much about this because I really don't have an opinion about it. It's again a war between two parts that means the same and everybody has facts that comes in like why I'm right. Bro, I have no idea what's going on, so I'm not gonna talk about it. I just know it's sad. Like it's really sad. Like seriously. Because I hear there's a lot of war and you know, I watched some videos before and it's just people are crying, you know, like why they take my kids and everything like that, man. It's just it's a blood war. And people they get mad when you talk about it, so please don't get mad at me, but it's just, you know, it's war, and war is so many feelings in one place. Like people, they have so many opinions about this war, and it's just, you know, it's really in the heart of the Russians because they feel like Ukraine is theirs, or Crimea, or whatever it is. And Ukraine feel like we're not gonna give us our country up, and it's a patriotism against patriotism. It's a crazy ideology. It's crazy how much war and hate that can happen. Like I just wish people they would sit down and just talk, but. You know, people, they're gonna call me a pussy in the comments or whatever. It's mine. I don't care. Just sit down and talk. But that's my opinion. I'm allowed to have my opinion. So yeah, let's move on. So they got an independent church. Okay.
This is about.
But that was the president that everybody hates in Russia, I guess.
Ukrainian parishioners attended Sunday Mass, President Putin took the news as a major blow. The Kremlin immediately denounced the church's decision and even said it would defend Russian believers if threatened in Ukraine, sparking real fears of
But why can Ukraine not have a church for themselves?
The fear of escalating conflict ran
I don't know.
true.
Just asking questions.
Russia shot at and seized 3 Ukrainian ships and 24 sailors who were in the shared waterway of the Kerch Strait. Moscow has maintained a geostrategic naval base on the peninsula for decades, allowing them to reach Eastern Europe, the Mediterranean, and Syria. As part of an effort to monitor the militarization in the region, Ukraine established the Ministry of Temporarily Occupied Territories and IDPs, headed by Vadim Chernish. So what can you tell us about any military developments that you've seen on the
You can see here 3 doors, for example. There are places where S-400 Triumph complex established by Russians.
So from your satellite images, you've picked 3 new missile bases here.
Right. They can reach a lot of countries, including Middle East.
That is smart of Russia. Sorry, I have to say it. That's smart of Russia. Like that's really smart. That's defense right there. Wow. I don't like that we are very close to that, but
occupied territories, including Crimea. What actual work are you doing to achieve those goals?
We are trying to win hearts and minds of Ukrainians who live within occupied territories.
Isn't it a bit late for that? If most people are now happy with the fact that Russia has taken Crimea?
We have been trying to support our population because they are Ukrainian citizens. Russia influence a lot. They use their secret service, they use their propaganda, bribes. They demonstrate some success in infrastructure development, and they don't want to show problems with human rights in Crimea.
But who
Russia's
really wants to
abysmal
show
human
that?
rights record
There's
has
no
trickled
human
down
that got
to
power that
Crimea,
want to show that.
leading the US to announce additional sanctions in November 2018.
Putins must have human rights abuses.
Here in Kiev,
Wow.
the Crimean Human Rights Group works to collect testimonies and evidence of illegal detention and torture.
Александр, скажите, пожалуйста, с какое время вы провели в СИЗО Симферополя? Сколько времени вы там были?
9 месяцев.
Alexander Kostenko was eventually moved to a prison and held for over 3 years in what he claims are baseless charges of assault and possession of illegal weapons.
Скажите, пожалуйста, какие пытки к вам применялись?
Сотрудники ФСБ хотели мне отрезать палец, поэтому с учетом того, что я сжал кулаки, мне была сломана рука.
They broke your arm.
Вытащили меня наверх и повесили на дверь, застегнули и повесили на дверь.
За руки, то есть руки были в наручниках?
Let me pause here. I'm really curious about who's going to deny this guy's statement, because there's probably a lot of people who's going to be like, he's lying. I just want to know, how do you know? Have you ever been a prison? Have you ever been a prison officer? Do you know what's going on in prisons? Do you know what happens to the inmates? Do you know everything in the world? I'm just curious. I'm curious, seriously curious. Is there anybody who worked at the prison who can explain to me what happens, and do they really get tortured, some of them, or, you know, because I know Americans do it for a fact. Like, for a fact, Americans, they have prisons where they torture people. Do Russia do the same? I'm curious to hear this. Please comment down below with your fact, okay? Please just comment down below. I'm curious. Let's go.
Получается, так и говорю, проведем где-то около 6 часов.
What?
The team here
6 hours.
Dozens of cases like this one. The founder, Olga Skripnik, was also forced to flee her home in Crimea in 2014.
What kind of activities are these people involved in order to get picked up by the Russian authorities?
Більшість цих людей, вони були пов'язані з якимись активними формами громадянських активностей. Це, наприклад, журналісти або блогери, або це були активісти, які просто виступали проти окупації. Як, наприклад, Володимир Балух, він просто підняв український прапор на своєму домі в селі, і лише через це проти нього кримінальну справу.
Recently, have things got better or worse?
Порівняно, наприклад, з 2014 роком на 2018 рік кількість таких людей, хто незаконно позбавлений волі через їх погляди, зросла в 5 разів.
So they've been arrested for believing that Crimea is Ukraine.
Going on in Crimea, and Russia holds a tight grip over
BBC
all
News,
information
really, bro?
coming out. Recently, even traveling to the peninsula.
Let me just pause here. First of all, if you get all your information from BBC News, cut it out. It's American propaganda at its best. BBC News is the worst fucking source of information you can ever get in your whole entire life. They are so biased. They are so political biased. It's unbelievable. They are so political biased. So I'm not believing every single thing that comes out of BBC. Fuck no. Hell no. Nah.
So we wanted to catch up with Oleg Zubkov, the zookeeper, to ask if things really have become worse.
Oh, that's good.
Has there been any change?
Why didn't you say that?
There, I mean, now that the Russians have been there for 4 years.
Вот Крым превращается в такое, знаете, полицейское государство, военизированное государство.
A military state.
Военных колонн, военных машин. Крым вооружается. Понятно, что...
It's horrible, but I like these trucks. It's horrible, I know, but I like these trucks. I think they're awesome. I don't like what they get
Was
used,
all this
but...
worth it?
Вот я не против России, я русский человек, я очень люблю Россию. И я также для себя уверен, что лучше, если бы Крым остался бы тогда в составе Украины. Вот, но, к сожалению, я тогда не ценил, что мы имели...
But Crimea is Russian. I'm confused. It's a Ukraine or Russia? Did they take over? What's happening? Let me pause here. Now, I know this is a very, very, very political subject that people, they get pissed about. But please, please calm down. Don't get pissed at me. I'm simply just trying to find information from both sides. I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm not trying to do anything like that. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. I know you're going to be mad at this because it's a very topic that Russians and Ukrainians, they fight about all the time, and I totally understand it, but I'm just trying to get a picture of it. Now, I'm not going to listen to BBC News, whatever article they have up. I'm just not going to do it. It's propaganda like Fox News in America. It's horrible. It is so fucking horrible. American propaganda is very real, and NATO propaganda, because NATO is playing into America, and America is trying to say that Russia is not the power, and Russia is saying, you know what, fuck you, America, we don't want you as power, you are not the biggest one, we are the biggest one, and so forth and so forth. I remember we watched a video on YouTube where he told us that America and Russia are using different small countries to fight their war. That means, for example, Iraq. Russian will supply Iraq with weapons, and America will do the other side, and it's just an ongoing war because they can't really fight between each other, because then it's just an outscale war. Like you saw in the Cold War, they really dimmed it down, like we don't want any problems, you know, even though Call of Duty Cold War, I don't know if that's true facts, but there was a lot of shooting apparently. I don't know. Anyway, guys and girls, this is a very, very hot political topic, and I totally understand if you get a little bit pissed, but please don't get pissed at me. I didn't do anything. I'm just trying to look at both sides, of course. Now, Vice News is not really the best source. They really do a good job, but I think like they are very like, yeah, I don't know. There's just some videos they make are kind of just too much on the other side, but of course they make good videos. Of course the journalist is very nice and everything, but they are very on the side of the left. They really are. But they are trying to paint this picture that they go do both sides, and I really do like this video because I think it painted both sides and it explained both opinions about everything. And I really do like that when it happens in an argument, of course, because you cannot listen to the left side and don't listen to the right side. Not American politics, just the left and right, not red and blue. I'm just saying the left or the right. You have to listen to both in order to form your opinion, of course. And I gotta say, I'm confused. Because it's really none of my national, it's none of my culture. I'm from Denmark, I'm not from Ukraine, I'm not from Russia, I'm not anything, so it's really none of my business. So I'm not really gonna say that. But anyway, guys and girls, please do like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification button if you want to become a member of the Jelly Goon Squad, of course. 20,000 subscribers we are trying to get, so I really hope you will support. Anyway, guys, please comment down below what you think about this video, of course. Do you think Ukraine is Russia? Do you think Ukraine is Ukraine, or Crimea is Ukraine? I just want to ask one question, actually. Is Crimea Russia, or is it Ukraine? I'm so confused. Like, is Russia there, or is Ukraine there? I'm confused. So please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm going to see you into the next one. Peace.